Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Let's talk about these three beautiful sisters on the screen. Yes, we have a lot to talk about today, family. A lot of hot topics, including these three beautiful sister story today. You have Amara right here. We're going to talk about her story. Unbelievable. Then we're going to talk about Shanquilla. Yes, we're going to talk about this mystery. This mystery question, family, that we all gonna be shocked because we really want to know about this, and we kind of want answers to that ever since this conflict of interest came out surrounding Shanquilla's case. Yeah, so we want to open up the garage doors today and let the bumper cars out. Yes, we do. And then we're going to talk about Ella. We have a positive update about Ella. That's a great thing. We're going to talk about that as well, along with the hot topic of As the Romance Turn, starring Fani, or whatever how you want to call her, and that Nathan. Oh, yeah, just like a big reality show, soap opera, whatever you want to call it, As the Romance Turn. Yes, and then we're going to talk about a lot of other hot topics today, family. So let's just get right on into it. Let's go to this first. Y'all already know how it go. Yeah. For the ones in the back. Yeah. So it says this copyright disclaimer, section 107 of Copyright Acts of 1976, allowance is made for fair use. Fair use. The purpose, such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use. All rights and credit go directly to its rightful owner. This video is purely for fair use, opinion, and entertainment. Enjoy. Yeah, enjoy, family. Yes, and we want to give a shout out to everybody, to the chat. Hearts up for the chat. Hearts up for our awesome moderators. They just do an outstanding job at moderating the chat, engaging in the chat, making everyone feel at home while they over here with the Knowledge family. I just want to give a special thanks to the moderators and tell them thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thanks to the old subscribers. Please hit that like button on your way in or before you leave the house. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being a part of the Knowledge family and the Knowledge house. Yes, so family, let's get right on into it because, boy, when I tell y'all that they threw a bombshell in Nathan and Fani case, ooh, I said, what is going on here? Now, family, Nathan homeboy has just done told everything. Okay, yeah, we're going to get into that. But first, let's talk about this right here regarding Fani. Because you'll see that it says, divorce lawyer texts about timing of Nathan Wade, Fani Willis romance with speculation. Now, let me tell y'all what happened on that, family, okay? Now, Nathan got a homeboy that they have been very close for a long time, years and years, decades, okay? And they went into a law firm together as partners. So him and his best friend has always kind of been best friends, but then they both were lawyers. So they both opened up a law firm and things like that together, okay? So they had special bond there that they talked to each other about things, okay? So then Nathan was going through a divorce, okay? He say 2018-19, he was going through a divorce. His best friend is a divorce lawyer. So his best friend represented Nathan in his divorce. But the divorce was ongoing just all the way up until about 2 weeks ago, family. Okay. Right before this case started, then it seems like they was trying to move the divorce along and have his ex-wife just sign. Also, when him and Fani get in court, it don't make it look like he's still married. Okay. That's basically what it's giving. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. Okay. But it is on record that they was going through a divorce around about 2018 or something. And his homeboy, Terrence, is a divorce lawyer, and he handled Nathan's divorce. Okay? And just here recently, about 2 weeks ago, Nathan and his homeboy Terrence, who is his divorce lawyer, finally came into agreement with his ex-wife about 2 weeks ago that they would just get a temporary agreement about the divorce, because evidently she had, from 2018 to now or whatever, they both have been like, nah, she's saying, nah, I don't agree with that. He's saying, I don't agree with that. She's saying she don't agree with that. This is his ex-wife now. And so they divorce wasn't never final, because I guess it's something in there that they are disagreeing about. So just here 2 weeks ago, the ex-wife agreed to a temporary agreement, meaning that right now I'm going to sign off on it. It's just temporary, but it's not permanent. Okay, so that's how that works. So him and his best friend have been very tight. Okay, so now Nathan's best friend done got with Trump attorney, one of Trump attorneys, and he's been talking to these people ever since September of 2023. He's been chit-chatting with this certain female that's on the op side, which is over there on Trump's side, okay? He's over on that side, and they got these little special text messages going on that that Terrence think that is going to be confidential, that nobody will ever know about him texting this chick behind Nathan and Fani's back. Okay, ooh, it is as the romance turn and fall down a deep cliff. Okay, so now, so this is what happened. When they had him to come to court, he was saying he is not going to testify because it's a client and attorney's privilege, right? So they was like, no, this has nothing to do with attorney-client privilege, because attorney-client privilege, you was representing him and his wife. His wife ain't in this. Anything you know about Nathan and Fani, that's personal. That wasn't no attorney-client conversation. That was homeboys conversation. They ain't have nothing to do with him and his wife. Now, if they had us told him they wanted him, if they had told Nathan's best friend that they wanted him to get on the stand and talk about some things that was going on inside Nathan and his wife divorce, that's a different story. That is client attorney privilege. No, I can't tell you that. But in this case, Fani ain't got nothing to do with this divorce. Fani wasn't even mentioned in the divorce, and none of that. Okay? So what we're asking you about is just a homeboy. It ain't got nothing to do with no attorney-client privilege. Okay? So they made him go ahead on and come on the stand and testify anyway. But family, I'm telling you, it is a mess. It's given that, I don't know, they giving Nathan the blues in that courtroom, family. I'm telling you, they giving Nathan the blues. But anyway, y'all will see, that's when he gets on the stand and they ask Nathan's homeboy, Terrence, a lot of different questions. Do you know when Nathan and Fani's relationship started and stuff? He was saying, I can't recall. He kept saying, I can't recall, okay? Now he gets on the stand and act like he just plump, don't remember nothing, okay? So then they ask him, do you remember telling us that, me, in a text message, that you knew exactly when they was dating. And they started dating way before Fani, whatever you want to call her Fani. Way before Fani hired Nathan. He said, I can't recall. Okay? So now when she shows him some text messages that they have, I'm going to show y'all that too, family. But when she shows him some text messages, then all of a sudden you can hear him whisper, but the mic caught it. He said, oh, damn. And I don't think he knew that the court heard it. I kind of heard it. I played it back a couple of times. You could hear him mumble up under his breath when they showed him the text message between him and the chick, that attorney that's on Trump's side, said, oh, damn. You could hear it, him mumble it up under his breath. And then he said, oh, yeah, I do remember these texts right here. Okay? So, family, it looked like Nathan homeboy threw Nathan up under the bus and Fani up under the bus for the very beginning. He did this from the very beginning. Okay, so now he was saying, oh, but what I was saying on these texts, it wasn't factual. It was just speculation. That's what he was saying, family. All right, then. Okay, so that's him. You see, he got the, oh, I done boo-booed on myself look. Yes, he do. He got the, oh, I done boo-booed on myself. Now, he took the stand, which he was trying to get out of taking the stand. Also, Nathan was trying to make it to where his homeboy here, Terrence, can't take the stand because it's attorney-client privilege. And they was telling them, no, he has to take the stand because this is not an attorney-client privilege. If he knows anything about y'all relationship, this is what this court here is about. It has nothing to do with client-attorney relationship because we're not bringing up anything that got anything to do with your divorce. This is about when do he know and did Nathan confide in him about when him and Fani started messing around and what was going on, why they was together. Okay, so that's what that was about. So they made him take the stand, and you see that, oh, I done boo-booed on myself look. That was the look he gave when that lady showed him the text messages that he was basically telling everything about Fani and Nathan relationship. So then she showed him this text message. And family, when I say it was something, and you see it says, Nathan Wade's divorce lawyer, Terrence Bradley, doesn't know when ex-client relationship with Fani started. Okay, yes, you do know because he said it in text messages and everything else. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you, the court is stomping down on Nathan real hard, and it seems like they stepping hard on Nathan more than they stepping hard on Fani Willis. Okay, so that judge wasn't playing. The courts wasn't feeling that Terrence was trying to shield information from the court that he knows about Nathan and Fani. And he was trying to shield it. That's what it was given, because they was asking him, isn't it true you said this? Isn't it true that you did this? Isn't it true that you told us Fani and him was going out all the time? They were spending money all the time. They started their relationship in 2021, way before she even hired Nathan to be on this case. But they got on the stand, Fani and Nathan, they got on the stand early and was saying, no, we ain't never been involved. We didn't start gazing at each other until after this here Trump case started. But it's evidence now that's saying, no, this here relationship started way before you hired this man. Okay? And I told y'all about the ping records and the phone records, and I'm going to show y'all that too. But the main thing is homeboy Terrence here have let the cat out the bag. He was the one that basically started this investigation. So what was going on between him and Nathan that he started telling Trump's side? He the one alerted them that it was an affair going on. Now that the text message is showing, he was talking to this female on the opposite side, the prosecutor. He was talking to a female on that side as if he was getting close to that female and that he wanted to bust Nathan out for some reason because he is the one that said, hey, y'all might want to look at this because they have been talking. So it seems like him and Nathan fell out a little bit before September, because remember I told y'all that him and Nathan had a law firm together and doing things together, and Nathan was handling cases and he was handling divorce cases. They opened up a law firm together. And then sometime last year they split. And then Nathan was running his own thing, and then Terrence was running his own thing. And then shortly after, Terrence alerted someone on Trump's team, hey, y'all might want to look into this because these two right here messing around, and you know they handling the Trump case. So y'all might want to look into it because it's a conflict of interest. And so they saying he is the one who even started the investigation to even happen. Nathan's best friend. Was best friend. Ain't no more. But anyway, family, the court produced those text messages between him and that attorney on Trump's side, and it was something else. Nathan, of course, was still married at the time, even though they was going through divorce, but, you know, he just produced all the text messages on the family, and he started talking to this lady ever since September of 2023, all the way up to just January. He was still talking to this lady. Terrence was the whistleblower on the Fani and Nathan case. This thing is like a reality show soap opera, family. Yes, it is. Nathan lawyer was texting that woman. She was asking him questions. He was giving up the answers. Then he was voluntarily telling her some stuff that she didn't even know. She asked him, hey, was they messing around 2021, way before she hired Nathan? And Terrence texts back to my, absolutely. So I'm going to let y'all see these texts, family, but it's crazy. Now the divorce lawyer is saying, oh, yeah, but when I was writing that, I was just talking off of speculation. Yeah, that was just speculation. I really didn't know for sure. I was just speculating. That's what he was saying. Now that they got him in this hot water and he didn't know what to say because, see, Nathan was sitting in the courtroom this week when this had bust out. Because, you know, this just happened this week now, family. Honey, when he walked in that courtroom, y'all should have seen the look on Nathan's face. And while he was testifying and the lawyer on Trump's side was producing the text messages that him and her was having, he had the old I done boo-booed on myself. That's when he made that comment. Oh, damn. He didn't think the mic caught it, though. I heard it. Okay. But then they had the camera where you could see Nathan Wade's face. And when I say Nathan had the gangster look, like, boy, woohoo, what? You the one that told all this? Unbelievable, family. It was just like a reality show, So, because they broke out them text messages on Terrence to show that he wasn't speculating at all. He was telling it. He was telling all of it. Now, check it out, family. Check it all out. But let me let y'all see this, then I'm gonna let y'all check out those text messages, okay? But this is what it is. This is old Nathan's best friend here. I'm gonna let y'all see this. But it says, but on the stand, Bradley repeatedly said, that was only speculation on my part. I said over and over again that I didn't have any personal information where I could personally say when it started, he said. Remember that, family, because I'm going to show you our text messages in a minute. I've said that time and time again. Okay? Bradley said he couldn't provide a date or even a year when Willis and Wade began a romantic relationship, or if it began before Willis hired Wade. I recall Wade stating that at some point they were dating, he said. I can't tell you what date that was. So see, this him, because he's looking at Nathan and Nathan looking at him, family. Boy, Nathan is on fire. Looking at his used to be home, boy. Very, and boy, was that man not sweating. Terrence was up there sweating, family, like he had done ate 18 bags of hot chips with no water. Oh, yeah, he knew. And then he was looking like he had the boo-boo face. Because he was sweating so hard at one time, family. I was like, is the man up there crying? But he wasn't crying. It was the sweat dripping and popping out of his face. He had knew. He didn't even want to look at Nathan for real. And Nathan had his hand up on his mouth and he was staring at him. And boy, they produced all them text messages of his homeboy telling it all. It was unbelievable. Anyway, but this is what he was on the stand. He's trying to get out of it now. Now he want to act like he can't remember no more. You know, like, nah, I don't have no more memories of that. Okay? So, I can't remember what I said. But anyway, you see, the defense lawyer had previously suggested that Bailey, who is Wade's one-time law partner and divorce lawyer, would be a star witness. So see, they had already said he gonna be their star witness because he the one that brought it out and brought it to their attention that Fani, whatever, and Wade was talking. Okay? So they knew he was going to be a star witness. But because of the text messages that he was communicating with this lady. But then when it's time for him to come up on the stand, I don't know if Fani and Nathan got to Terrence. But all of a sudden, Terrence wanted to switch up and act like he don't remember telling these people all this stuff about Fani and Nathan. Okay, so now you will see that it says defense lawyer has previously suggested that Bradley, who is Wade's one-time law partner and divorce lawyer, would be a star witness because he could testify that the relationship started years earlier. According to his testimony, Bradley communicated with defense lawyer Ashley Merchant. So that's who he was texting ever since September, all the way up to January. Okay? He was texting this lady that's on Trump's side ever since September 2023 all the way to January 2024. Okay? And spilling the beans about Fani and Nathan. So you see, he communicated with defense lawyer Ashley Merch in January over the phone and in text that the relationship absolutely started before Willis hired Wade, but that they would deny it. So that's what he said. He said, yeah, they was talking way before that, but as soon as you ask them, they ain't gonna do nothing but deny it. This is the homeboy now. There used to be homeboy. That's why I said him and Nathan must have had a big fallout, and they separated and opened up two different law firms instead of having a law firm together. It was some type of fallout that happened, my opinion, for this man to be that upset and then call Nathan Wade's opposite people and start spilling the beans on them so that Nathan and Fani can get in some big trouble. Now that's something else right there. So, boy, with friends like these, you don't need no enemies. But anyway, then it says, lawyer for former President Donald Trump and other co-defendants in Georgia election fraud case suggested that Terrence Bradley was being evasive, giving inconsistent testimony, and that he had more knowledge about Willis and Wade's relationship than he was acknowledging in court. Like we said, all of a sudden in court, family got amnesia. He said act like he didn't know what the lady was talking about, what was going on. That because Nathan was sitting there, and Nathan was looking like he was finna jump up out that chair on that man. I'm telling you, Nathan was not happy. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. That's why you don't tell everybody your business. I don't care. It could be your best friend. I mean, I know you confide in best friends and things like that, but man, first of all, him and Fani shouldn't even been messing around anyway. They just knew it was a no-no. But I'm telling you, that man was in there sweating like he had 19 bags of pork rinds. I'm telling you, on a hot summer day, he was sweating. And anyway, so they saying that he's not telling what he's supposed to in court. And then it says that they asked Bradley if it was true that he had information about the relationship, but you don't want to admit it in court. So that's what they told him. They said, you told us. But now all of a sudden, you don't want to admit it in court. I don't recall. Oh, I was just speculating about their relationship. I don't recall. That's all he kept saying in that courtroom, family. Okay? Now, then, over here, it says the former law partner and divorce lawyer for Georgia's special prosecutor Nathan Wade said in the court on Tuesday that he was only speculating when he told a defense attorney last month that Wade's romantic relationship with Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis started well before they had acknowledged in court filings and in testimony. Lawyer for the former President Donald Trump and others co-defended in Georgia election fraud case suggested that Terrence Bradley was being invasive, and we already said that. He's not telling everything. Look at the boo-boo look. Look at the boo-boo look. That's when he was looking over there at Wade. And Wade wasn't he didn't want to look at Wade. He was trying to look in every direction in that court but at Nathan. Because Nathan is the one on trial here. Okay? And he had to look like I done messed up. Judge determined that the prosecutor divorce attorney must return to the witness stand. So that's why I'm saying at first he was trying to say, no, I can't testify because it'll be against the attorney-client rule. And that's when they explained to him, no, it won't. That ain't got nothing to do with the divorce. This got something to do with a homeboy. Y'all are best friends. Did he ever confide in you about him and Fani relationship? And what did you see? And what do you know about the relationship? This ain't got nothing to do with no homeboy, no client privilege relationship. That only stands if it got something to do with his divorce. This ain't got nothing to do with his divorce with his ex-wife. This got something to do with Fani Willis right now. So, this is the text message that homeboy done put out. He done put out this text message right here. And it was unbelievable, family. He did. This is where it starts, right here. Okay. Now, he done told these ladies. He done told this lady here. I don't know if he was feeling the lady or what, or he thought the lady wanted to date him or what, but it just said that he contacted them to tell. So he was just that hot at Nathan when they was no longer law partners and they separated, and evidently they best friend relationship went in the quicksand. And so he decided, I guess, it's given he wanted to get Nathan back. And he picked up the phone and he contacted the Trump team and said, hey, I got a lot to tell y'all. That's the conflict of interest. They've been messing around and all that stuff, okay? So y'all will see Terrence up top, okay? Y'all will see him up top. And then you'll see that it says, like, just date. Don't hire him. So this is the attorney and him talking. And the attorney is saying, about Fani. And Nathan said, why would she hire him knowing that they was dating? That was the big no-no right there. See, both of them were just lawyers. See, this is before she even got elected into that district attorney's position, okay? They was talking then, before she even got that spot. So what this lady here was texting back and forth with Terrence saying, I just don't understand why she even hired him. Just date him. Don't hire him. Right? Then she said, do you think it started before she hired him? And you see him say, absolutely. Family, he says right here, absolutely. Then he goes on to say, it started when she left the DA's office and was judged in South Fulton. They met at the municipal court. Close conference. Oh, wow. Then she says, that's what I figured when he was married. Then she says, is this accurate? Check it out, family. Then he says, in South Fulton, they met at the municipal court conference. Then she said, that's what I figured when he was married. Then it says, she said, is this accurate upon information and belief? Willis and Wade met while both were serving as magistrative judge and began a romance relationship at that time. He said no, municipal court. She was trying to say they met as they was magistrative judge, and he's correcting her and say no, magistrative court, meaning that way before that. Okay? Then she says, thank you. Then she said, okay. Then she said the thank you. Then she said, okay. Then he said, it's okay to add me in footnotes 15 and how much I made. Now, it's also some more text that I just didn't do all the text, family, but I'm just showing y'all that they did have text on this man telling everything about Fani and Nathan's relationship, okay? But what he meant by that, it's okay, add me to the footnotes. He was telling her, because there's some more text messages that I just didn't have time to do. He was telling her, add me in the footnotes and about how much I made, so that if you add me inside of this, it won't look like I'm the one that's telling on them. But if you leave me out and include everybody else in, it's going to be suspect, and they're going to kind of pinpoint that I'm the one doing all the talking and telling y'all everything. So add me in it. Add me in the footnotes too, so that it could look like I ain't a part of it. Like I'm not involved in it. That was his exact words. So it'll make it look like I'm not involved. Okay? So then she says, I took you out. I can add that back. Good point. Okay? Because she wasn't going to, she had took him out for real. And he was like, no, add me back in, because if you take me out, they're going to be suspect. And then they're going to realize I might be the one telling y'all all this. So you got to add me in to make it look like I'm included in it too or whatever. And she said, okay, good point. Then he says, yes, add it back. Then she said, anything else? Anything that isn't accurate? And he looks over everything and then he says, looks good. Then she says, how do you think they will respond? I'm trying to anticipate. She's talking about once they bust all this out in court, how do he think Fani and them gonna respond? And he said, they ain't gonna do nothing but deny it. That's what he said. They ain't gonna do nothing but deny it. Family. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it comes out that yes, he was the one that blew the horn on Nathan and Fani. It was Nathan's best friend the whole time. Nathan's best friend blew the horn on Nathan and Fani. That's what started this whole investigation, the way they putting it, allegedly. But they say it was the friend that sparked this conflict of interest relationship. Yep, that's what they said. Now, meet the private investigator that tracked Fani, Willis, and Nathan Wade's phone calls and texts. That private investigator name is Charles Middlestack, okay? And this is what he tracked. I just wanted to show y'all this right quick. He said while he was investigating Fani and Nathan's every move, that he noticed that using a cellular GEO mapping an analyst program called CellHawk, Middlestack reported revealing more than 2,000 voice calls and just under 12,000 text messages exchanged over the 11-month period in 2021. Friday's court filing said a heat map highlighted the interaction patterns which demonstrate a prevalence of call made in the evening hours. Wow. So that's how he did it. He did it by the cellular geo mapping and how he tracked Nathan and Fani's phone calls, voice calls, and all that stuff. Okay? And so that's supposed to come into court this week, and we will see. But you will see the private investigator who seamlessly tracked the map phone calls and texts between Fulton County Fani Willis and the special prosecutor with whom she was romantically involved has been involved in some of the city's and nation's highest profile case. So this man has dealt in a lot of other high profile cases. They said that he's also done some work for the YSL case, meaning tracking them and knowing their locations, and their locations matches with certain things that they are trying to pin on YSL. They said he worked in that, okay? And he also did Fani in them, okay? And it's quite funny that Fani and them are the ones, down there in Georgia who are hemming up YSL. The same man that they used to hem up YSL is the same man they used to hem up Hubbard and Nathan Wade. So anyway, you see the 2,000 phone calls and almost 12,000 text messages took place between Willis and Nathan Wade months before their acknowledged romance relationship began. Wow. So that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? So they said Middlestack is 59 years old, according to his firm website, okay? And y'all will see right here is what I wanted to show y'all. Middlestack is consulted on the massive racketeering organization crime and gang-related trial of Young Thug in Atlanta. So, like I said, Fani and them folks used this man to work in the YSL case and find out information on them, and then it turn around and that same man is finding information on Fani. Wow. So anyway, you'll see right here that they said Nathan Wade's cell phone that showed 35 visits to Willis' condo and thousands of calls and texts in the year before they acknowledged romance. Trump and other co-defendants are demanding that the Fulton County Superior Judge McAfee remove Willis and Wade as prosecutors in the case because of the relationship. Willis and Wade each testified under oath Their relationship ran from spring of 2022 to 2023 after he was hired as a contractor on this case, and is no reason to disqualify them. But as we know now, family, Fani and him, well, it's coming out that they did have prior relationships with each other, and Nathan Wade's homeboy has come out and said that yes, they was talking way before that. Then you have cell phone pings and voice messages and all that pinpointing them going together way in 2021. And before she was even a DA. Wow. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I really don't. They supposed to bring that phone records, ping, and all that. They supposed to bring that into court today, which is Friday. They supposed to bring that into court today. So when they bring that into court and whatever happens, we'll talk about it the following week or whatever. But we definitely gonna stay on top of this because it's just like a big old soap opera, a reality show with all this. Now I can say I don't think that her and Nathan, I just think that the judge might remove them from this case. No doubt. No doubt. I do think that, that's my opinion. I think that the judge is going to remove Fani and Wade from this case. I really do. Because of the conflict of interest and, all that. And I think he will make the decision to remove them. Now, a lot of people talking about they might be disbarred and all that. That would be if the state of Georgia decides if they be removed from this case. Then it will be up to the state of Georgia to say, okay, we finna bring them both into court now for the conflict of interest and talk about if they're going to be disbarred or not. That might be a whole nother trial within itself, calling for them to be disbarred. Okay? But that's not going to have nothing to do with this here trial. Only thing this judge is going to do is make a decision on should they remain on the case of the Trump thing or be removed from this case, and then they'll have to find somebody else to run this case. That's all they're going to do on this one. But now I'm waiting to see. There might be a couple of months from now, whatever, the state of Georgia might open up a separate investigation on whether they both should be disbarred or not. Woo, boy, I tell you. And like I said, Fani didn't make things look good for Nathan. Okay? She really didn't. She didn't make it look good for Nathan at all. And he didn't make it look good for her. Because, see, they giving Nathan more of the blues in the courtroom than Fani. And I'm telling you, Trump's female lawyer is like a non-stop barking chihuahua, gnawing at your ankles, just at your ankles all the time. That's how she act in court. She just gnawing at it, just barking chihuahua, and people have to understand, just stop messing with your boss. Stop messing around with people that you work with, because 9 times out of 10, it don't turn out good. It really don't. You just have to watch yourself when you're in that professional world and messing with your boss and all that stuff. Because if you look at it, now both of their incomes most likely is in jeopardy. The money they was getting, they ain't getting. They brought it up in court that Fani was, they say allegedly, damn near broke before she was a DA. Because it take a lot of money to run for these type of positions. And at one time she ran for DA and lost. And she said she spent and lost $50,000 running for this. And they said that it put her in a lot of strain. They went through all those records about how she was getting money, borrowing money, and things like that. But then when the second time came around to run again, she made it this time. And now this happened. So you went through all that financial trouble, making ends meet and stuff, and then you finally get a spot that you want, and then you stink up the joint. Now, both of their incomes not going to be any good, most likely. You know, if they remove them from this case, and then if they call for them to be disbarred and all that, can y'all imagine the income that is now gone over chasing each other? She shouldn't have never hired that man. Shouldn't have never hired that man. And I always say, by her being the boss, see, he is an employee. So by her being the boss, then I have to look at the boss, and say, you shouldn't have never hired this man. That was your decision. You knew that's not supposed to fly. Now, both of them are messed up. See, when they was dating, I don't care what he had told her, if he told her or whatever. Oh, baby, yeah, you can hire me. Because remind you, they say they was talking way before she hired him. So even if he did say, hey, baby, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You can hire me. Ain't nobody still ain't going to know. My homeboy ain't going to talk. Yes, he did. Anyway, my homeboy ain't going to talk or whatever like that. So, we straight. We straight. It don't matter if he said that or didn't say that, or who convinced who to hire him. Did she was the dominant one and saying, nah, I'm going to put you on this case. Maybe he said, nah, I don't think that's a good idea, baby. Nah, you going on this case, me and you going to work together. You don't know how it went. But however it went, she, as the boss, knew it was wrong. She knew it was wrong. She knew it was wrong, and she shouldn't have never done it. Shouldn't have never done it. Shouldn't have never done it. So, that just goes to show, people, just stop messing with people on your job. It never turns out well at all. At all. It never turns out well. Now, they say, saying P. Diddy is out here taking sausages from his producer. Okay, say that P. Diddy is chasing sausages all around that music studio, and he messing with women's strawberries and everything. Say Diddy just don't know how to act. His producer said yes, he was running around there trying to take my sausages and my honey buns. Okay, so they got a new case on Diddy now. Sean Diddy Combs, okay, taking sausages and stuff. And this producer said when him and Diddy was working on the Love album that Diddy just released, that Diddy was trying to take his sausages, okay? Now, that's the word on the streets, that you can't be safe around Diddy. Men ain't supposed to be bringing their sausages and honey buns to no type of Diddy party. And the women ain't supposed to be trying to bring no baskets of strawberries or they strawberries and none of that, because it's not going to go right. It is not going to go right. That's the word on the streets, okay? But this man here has dropped a new lawsuit, okay? He really have. And where is Miami? Where is young Miami? Because she has been mighty quiet. Why? Her mouth on constipation mode. Yes, just stuck. She ain't saying nothing. Very quiet. She on mute like hell. You ain't heard nothing from her at all. Young Miami, if you need help, blank 4 times, please. But anyway, most likely, we know why she's so quiet. Okay, because now this new lawsuit has mentioned her name in there. Yes, it has. Wow. So this man here says that he dropped it. Sean Combs was sued on Monday by music producer who accused the hip-hop mogul of making advances at him and trying to take his sausages, okay? And then he said forcing him to hire streetwalkers, okay? Now, this is what the man said, okay? Now, y'all know I'm substituting some of these words, but the man said that Diddy tried to get him to hire streetwalkers, okay? And he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to do it, but I guess the money and intimidation and things like that, he hung in there and stuck her in there and worked on the Love album with Diddy. Okay, so he says the latest misconduct accusation against Mr. Combs was filed in federal district court in Manhattan by Rodney Jones Jr., also known as Lil Rod. In 2022 and 2023, Mr. Jones said in his suit he worked on what became the Love album, Off the Grid. That's the name of the album. The latest album by Mr. Combs, the hip hop and R&B. So he just saying that Diddy tried to do something to him, okay? And he said while working on the Love album, Mr. Jones said in his complaint that Mr. Combs grabbed him in the sashes without his consent, and that he also tried to groom Mr. Jones into having, that right there with another man, telling him it was a natural practice. It's a normal practice in the music industry. Well, and the man is asking for $30 million in his lawsuit, as you see right there. So, I'm sorry. That's what they're saying about Diddy. And then they also say that there go right there that he's up under this lawsuit now. Now this man here, Rodney Jones, he has named who is named in Diddy's latest lawsuit: Young Miami, Cubic Jr., Justin Combs, and more. Okay, so is that why Miami's so quiet? Because remember we talked about that. I said Miami is mighty quiet, and then there's some things that she was saying to the other chick that was questionable. So we'll see. And I'm not gonna say that this man here is telling the tale, and people say a grown man. I just don't believe whatever. I always feel like this. I let it play out in court and see if it's true or not, or how they rule on everything. Diddy might give him a payout, just like how he did Cassidy. You never know. And it might not even reach court. But this man has said some alarming things that was going on, okay? He also said the settlement follows by several more lawsuits. Several more lawsuits featuring similar accusations, including one in which Diddy was among those alleged to have passed this 17-year-old around and did the R word to her. Yeah, I see what it say down there. So that's another lawsuit that Diddy has on him. And now this guy here has opened up one. And, Diddy said that all this is just accusations. It's a money grab, and it's not him. So this is him in Young Miami, because the guy said Young Miami during a Thanksgiving time that Young Miami cousin was trying to, female cousin was trying to do something with him, and he didn't want to do nothing with her. But he say Young Miami and Diddy and Young Miami cousin was there, and then busted in the bathroom on him while he trying to use the bathroom, and then she started trying to do the hank pank with him. Okay, so you'll see here that he says in there that Young Miami cousin and or assistant did that to him, according to Jones. He was with Diddy, Young Miami, and her female cousin on Thanksgiving Day in 2022. Jones alleged that Miami cousin bust into the bathroom while he was inside, at which point she allegedly started, grabbing on him and performing Sasha's moves with her mouth. So that's what they say. That's what they say, family, okay? And they said Diddy and them didn't do nothing about it. Young Miami didn't say nothing about it. Nobody said nothing about it. They act like it was normal, okay? And elsewhere, Jones alleged that Young Miami was among those who were paid a monthly fee by Diddy to work in his... Yeah, I see it. So he's saying that Young Miami was among those who were paid a monthly fee by Diddy to work as his workers. To work as his forcible workers. That what this dude here said. That I don't know. That's allegedly, but that's what he got in his lawsuit. Okay, and Complex has reached out to the representatives for Young Miami for comments, but ain't nobody returning no comments on Young Miami's side. Okay, so but we do know that Young Miami was getting that what $500,000 every month. And we was like, why is she? That's her allowance from Diddy. And then she got the TV, the little YouTube show, Carisha Please. So we do know that she gets an allowance. But is that allowance for this right here that he talking about? We don't know. That'll all come out in court if they go to court or if Diddy just might pay it off. The man asking for $30 million in his lawsuit. So you just never know if Diddy will settle outside that lawsuit. Okay, then you have right here, Cuban Jr. Cuban Gooden Jr. He said that he was trying to mess with him. Okay, now the Oscar winner actor is accused of that right there and that right there by Jones, who believed Diddy was grooming him with a goal of passing him off to others. While on a yacht in January 2023, Jones alleged he was introduced to Goody, who proceeded to fondle all around his sausages and can on and just trying to do all kind of things with his sausages and his honey buns. And he said he pushed Cuban Gooden Jr. away. Okay, so we don't know. Then they asked Cuban Jr. folks for a comment, and they haven't comment. And then you see right here with multiple allegations in the suit, including these screenshots, are included that claims to show the moment surrounding the alleged incident. Now, the man did show some screenshots of them all being mighty close. Then they say there's some other screenshots out there that, you know, are questionable or not questionable or whatever. But we'll soon see. I can't put none of those screenshots up. I don't know who is who because I don't know nothing about it. But the boy did put up some screenshots and saying, these are the moments that this happened. These are the moments that that happened. These are... So he did put on some screenshots on, they say, Instagram. And it shows some questionable activities, okay? So you'll see it says Mr. Combs had domination and control over the actions of Cuban Gooden Jr. and failed to step in and stop Cuban Gooden Jr. from doing those sausage things to me, okay? But they didn't. So that's what he's saying about that Cuban Gooden Jr. was running around there as well, trying to take his sausage and honey buns, and he said that Diddy was just standing there and wasn't doing nothing about it. But this here man was a producer and was with Diddy all the time. He said he moved in Diddy's house for a period of time just because they was working on that Love album. So this man here is claiming that even in 2023, this stuff is still going on. Allegedly, that's what he's saying, okay? Ooh, and this is Diddy's son, okay, Justin. They said, then the dude also said in his lawsuit that Justin and Diddy powed a dude in the bathroom while he was standing there. And that they made him change the story and say that the guy got pop-out in the drive-thru. They just brought him to the bathroom. Okay? Ooh, they got a lot of stuff going on here, family. Ooh, if that is giving sugar booger vibe, okay? That's what it's giving. I'm sorry. All of this, all of the actions that he is saying is going on, giving real hard sugar booger vibes. I'm sorry. Ooh, and they, I'm just saying, that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving, because this right here is off the chain. And it seems like everybody is saying the same thing. It's almost like Diddy is out of control, allegedly, from what all we've been seeing and hearing. And they sending out screenshots and they sending out little clips of stuff and proof of this and proof of that. It's out of control. Out of control. So you'll see this man said this in his lawsuit. Okay, he said in September 2022, Jones alleged a man identified in the lawsuit only as G, a friend of Diddy's son, Justin. So that was Justin I just showed y'all. This man, G, was a friend of Justin's. This is what this Jones man is saying inside of his lawsuit, okay? He's saying that a man named G is Diddy's son, good friend. During the alleged incident, Jones said he heard a pow-pow while 2 feet away from the restroom at Chalice Records studio in Los Angeles. When Diddy and Justin exit the restroom, Jones allegedly saw G suffering from pow-pow wounds on the floor of the bathroom, at which point he offered assistance. Per Jones, Diddy forced him to lie to the authorities about the pow-powing, okay, with police being told it was the result of a drive-by. So, that's what they say, okay? The reps issued a statement at TMZ denying the accusations, which they said are lies from a desperate person. So they Diddy folks are saying that this Jones man is lying, okay? But my thing is, where is the person that got pow-powed? Did the person live through that pow-pow? They say, the Jones man say that Diddy and his son allegedly told him to say that he got pow-powed during the drive-thru. We just bought him here and put him in the bathroom and tried to save him. All this happened in Los Angeles, okay? But my thing is, Diddy has, it seems like it's a lot of protection, because all this stuff going on, nothing has happened to him in New York City. They ain't put no charges on him in New York. They ain't put no charges on him in L.A. They say he have a lot of pull in L.A. too. This man also put in his lawsuit about some of the L.A. officers that allegedly was helping Diddy, and the authorities in New York that allegedly helps Diddy, and that's why they all be so intimidated not to say too much, because they already knowing if they do, they might disappear, allegedly. Now, that's just what this man is saying, okay? That's exactly what he's saying, okay? But allegedly, so it's sad. It's really, really sad. So that's what he said went on. Then you have Stevie J, okay? He got Stevie J in that lawsuit. He says Stevie J is a Grammy Award winner for Bad Boys record, and he's a producer, and is at the center of the allegations from Jones involving what he alleged was a promise made by Diddy about one day winning his own Grammy. According to Jones, Diddy used his admiration of Stevie as part of an alleged grooming process that he say was intended to lead to his anxiety concerning, that right there, being eased. Furthermore, Jones alleged that Diddy at one point played him footage that shows Stevie J having Sasha's activity with a white man, okay? While screenshots are again included in connection with this allegation. Now, they say that it's some screenshots up that this guy put up showing this Stevie J with somebody, and then it says another man said, that ain't Stevie J, that's me. I don't know. But this man here threw up some screenshots and said this is the moment and this is what they do. So Diddy, he's saying that Diddy was telling him, see, Stevie J is a Grammy Award producer, and you're producing the Love album for me. So if you do what I say do, maybe one day you would be a Grammy Award winner just like Stevie J. Because Stevie J did exactly what I told him to do. He played with Sasha's all over the yacht, and he played with Sasha's and honey buns all in my crib. So you need to do that too, so you can be a Grammy Award winner. That's the only way you gonna be one, is if you come over here and you playing massages, okay? This is what the man is saying. And he said this happened, allegedly. Okay. Ooh, they just got too much going on. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So, anyway, that's what's going on with Diddy. We don't know what's going to go down with that. All I could say is Young Miami is very quiet. We don't know what she's going to say. But this is the first time that I know of that somebody has named Young Miami inside of their lawsuit, okay? And then he also said something about Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend tried to do something to him as well. He named that inside of the lawsuit. So everybody was saying, Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend, who can that be, you know? But I don't know, but I know that Nicki Minaj she had about 2 or 3 ex-boyfriends before she married Kenneth Petty. And I know it says here her romance was Safari, Samuels, Meek Mill, Nas, and Kenny Zoo Petty. So a lot of people say they feel it's Meek Mill, because it's a lot of videos of Meek Mill and Diddy on questionable behavior, allegedly. Okay, so that's the one that they trying to pinpoint, Meek Mill. Okay, that's the guy is referring to inside of the lawsuit that he said Nicki Minaj ex-boyfriend also helped try to groom him. Okay, that's what he said now, family. That's what he said. But anyway, family, then you have the Tiffany Barnyard. Okay? Yeah. You got the Tiffany Barnyard, just a straight cackling hen. But I just wanted to give an update that they must have heard our live, family, because you know we was on top of her. We was on top of that community. Why was they letting her do this for 2 years, you know? So we was on that city of Dothan in Illinois, family. Yes, we were. We was trying to figure out how do they let this crumb snatcher come in there and just debo them. Just debo them and hustle them and take all their money, take their business, take all that, and they laying back just, oh, somebody need to come help us. Now y'all need to stand up. Stand up and ask for help. Get her up out of there if it's that bad. And what we have saw, it is terrible. It is terrible. You know, she give me sugar booger vibes. Oh, hood booger. Yes. Done sashayed up in them folks committee meeting talking about, yeah, I don't know that. Oh, shit. Anyway, the residents done started getting a backbone, family, like we asked them to do. And they have got a backbone. So, because I was wondering, I was like, hey, where is y'all? See, the men haven't been saying as much. The men just been asking for a little help. But the women been really trying to clap back at Tiffany Henyard. And Tiffany retaliates on the women. But she retaliating on the women, and then the men don't stand behind the women. You got to stand behind them women down there. You know, y'all got to stand together, because this woman here is off the chain. This is a crackling hen who is off the chain and need to be removed from her office. Okay? In the legal way. Now, but I was saying, all these men just sitting back, letting her just run over them. I was like, where they overalls at and they boots? Y'all remember back in the day when your grandfather or your father or something, boy, they put on, when you see them with them overalls on, you already know they finna get down to business. They meaning business when they put on the overalls. I need for Dothan men to put on their overalls and their boots and strap up and get this woman removed the legal way and stop laying down, sitting down while she is taking y'all business license, won't let y'all renew your business license, or suspending your business license. We gonna need y'all men to stand up. Yes, put your overalls on. Y'all remember when back in the day, our mothers, fathers, or whatever, they put on overalls, the fathers. They will put on overalls, and when you see them with that on, you already know they finna go work on a car, or they getting ready to do the yard. They mean in business when they put that on. We gonna need, for the city of Dothan, all the men, go buy y'all some overalls and start getting down to business and getting this lady removed the legal way. That's what we're going to need for y'all to do. But anyway, family, this is the audio that they are now meaning business on her butt. And so they must have been hearing a lot of the community cutting up and asking why they just sitting back not doing anything. Yes. So they have said something, and I want y'all to listen to this right here. So they are they stepping up now.
The grown-up thing would be for her to resign. Just get out of here, leave town. But she's not going to do that. You have disgraced this entire village. You also disrespected each and every one of us.
In a special board meeting tonight, Dalton trustees voting to investigate controversial mayor Tiffany Henyard. This comes as we have learned federal agents are investigating her and allegations of corruption.
Our Elizabeth Matthews was inside that heated board meeting. She's live in Dalton. Elizabeth.
Scott Dunn, one trustee, saying tonight that this is their last resort, their last stance. They cannot continue to stand by and see millions of dollars wasted. Tiffany Henyard didn't show up in person, but she was brought up in conversation at a vote.
So y'all see, they getting some spunk. They getting the backbone. Remember we said that in the live. We said, hey, we gonna need y'all to stand up and get a backbone. What is really going on? Y'all men, y'all need to go find y'all some overalls. And if they don't sell them in y'all little small town, you need to go online and order some. Because that means that you're getting down to business. Because anytime we see the men with overalls on, we already know they mean business. They finna work on some cars. They finna do the yard. They finna work on the kids' bicycle. They finna work on the skateboard. They finna do something. But they mean in business when you see them overalls. So we're going to need y'all to invest in some overalls around there. And once y'all get rid of this lady here, we don't want to hear that y'all done let somebody else in there deboing y'all and taking y'all money and stuff. And when she get up out of there, we expect for y'all to do things right. Because now, if it come out that money is still being missing and y'all still ain't handling things, we gonna ride y'all bumper because we gonna know y'all was a part of what she was doing too. So, let's check this out.
Motion passed for resolution number 24.
So they voting out now, family.
Calling for investigation of Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Oh, they have.
The four-trustee majority voting unanimously to call for an investigation into Henyard and what they say is the misuse of funds.
The Board of Trustees has repeatedly asked for financial information that we feel is entitled and has been denied that information. So we feel that we need to get intervention from somebody that can force this kind of action.
Who are you asking for that intervention? What bodies?
We're asking the FBI, State's Attorney, Attorney General, and Cook County Sheriff's Office.
Henyard became mayor in 2021, and for at least 2 of the 3 years, Fox 32 has been reporting on allegations of corruption in her capacity as mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. Concerns.
Okay, so the bottom line is, family, they have done got together, and they are called for an investigation. They voted on it, and they have already started the process. Okay, so that's a great job there, getting her up out of there, because she ain't nothing but a nuisance. That's all she is. Yes, now I wanted to show y'all this. Y'all see the difference between when you see the devil come out of people. Now see, when she was running for office and stuff, she was looking like this. See, sometimes you have to pay attention to somebody, because some people could be real sweet, but the devil come in different disguises, okay? So she was looking like this. But then when the true them come out, and they start doing evil stuff and criminal stuff and devilish stuff and all that, if you look at them real closely, you can see when the devil come out. See, that's when she's on her criminal moves, bullying moves, taking people's license, not letting them get renewed, making families suffer, threatening people, and all that. See, that's that look right there. See, that's when you can see the devil come out. Have to pay attention to that. When she sashayed up in there, acting like she Wesley Snipes. But y'all see, it says U.S. Police investigate super mayor. She calls herself super mayor, okay? Tiffany Henyard. I'm not doing all that yard stuff, okay? In the backyard, Tiffany backyard, Barbie backyard. That's what she is. Tiffany backyard for corruption, okay? And abuse of power. So they did vote on getting her butt up out of there. That's the community happy that the vote fell through. They cheering. They are so glad that they finally gets to ask for an investigation. And they asking for the investigation for everybody. See, they are asking agencies such as the FBI, U.S. Attorney, Cook County Sheriff, and Cook County State Attorney to step in and investigate the hen. Okay, the crackling hen. Yes. So, but I just wanted to show y'all, you see the difference. This is when she walked in there looking like Wesley Snipes on folks, okay? Like she bullying people and bad and all that. But I was trying to show y'all when she was running, she looking like this. And then when she started doing all that corruption, the true her came out, and you could see the devil in this woman's face. You can see it. You can see it. You have to pay attention to that. The evil just came out hard on her. Check it out. Check it out. Look straight hood booger. That's all. Shashayed up in them people meeting talking about, y'all don't know nothing, trying to look and be Wesley Snipes. But this is when she was trying to run for it. But then her true self came out and she started looking like this. You could tell. You could tell. And you know, she's talking about makeup and all that. No, makeup can't cover evil. It can't. Now she done walked up in them folks' place sour by the hour, talking about some y'all don't know nothing. Yeah, we do know something. We know how to vote you up out of here, so we glad that they did that. So that is the update on that, and they are investigating her for wild tirades, you know, because she's doing all that. She was doing police raids. If you didn't agree with her, she would have her police department raid you. Raid your house, raid your business and all that. Just, and then she doing lavish spending and all that. And I want y'all to check this out. You know, she was using the police department as her protection. Look how she got these polices posing. Come on now. Polices, we have to do better, okay? We know that you have to follow what the mayor say, but you don't have to make the mayor make you take pictures acting and looking like citizen police gangsters. That's what we can't do. Look how she got them folks got their hand all folded up. Yeah, we gangsters. See, because like they say, she was using the police department as a weapon for her. And some of the police department was her security. They said she was taking basically all the police off the street in that little town, leaving about one police officer to handle the whole city, while the rest of them working for her. Come on now. And then she making them take pictures like they gangsters. Come on now. Come on now. Look how she got it. This one here got her hand folded. And this one here. And this one here. Come on now. Come on now. That is alarming in itself. Yeah. She gonna make the police her thug gangsters. We got to do better. The police should have been the first ones to vote her out. But according to reports, allegedly, because they was working for her, y'all saw that she was paying some of the people who was working for her, saying that they was working 303 hours every 2 weeks, which we know that is impossible. But look at the grants they were getting, $13,000 every 2 weeks, okay, versus that on a police salary. Well, if they can get paid that much amount of money, then no, they wasn't going to say nothing against her, because they getting paid 4, 5, 6, 10 times the amount of their regular pay. Because she's fixing it that way. Unbelievable. Well, we're going to keep our eyes on this story. And we're going to hope they did vote to put in a big time investigation on her. And they hoping to have her out of there. So we will keep update on that to see when they going to throw her up out of that mayor seat. She don't deserve it. Yeah. So. A mess. Now she gonna try to open up a podcast. She opening up a podcast, family, because she about to know she on her way out the door. That hen already know that they finna send her somewhere else on the barnyard. They already know she going somewhere else. So now she's trying to promote that she's launching a podcast. And she's saying, oh, she gonna have the best podcast out here ever. She gonna talk about a lot of little hot topics and all that stuff. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Now, let's talk about Stephen A. Smith, because remember I had told y'all in our live video that when we was talking about Shannon Sharpe, I said Shannon Sharpe's trying to wonder why he is being attacked the way he is being attacked. I told y'all that our community don't forget. And a lot of it is not coming because people think Shannon is zesty. No. It's coming because it's attacks that they have been wanting to get off on Shannon because they not feeling Shannon Sharpe or Stephen A. Smith for a lot of things they have said about athletes. I told y'all that. And I told y'all also inside that live, who remember that? Please put it in the chat. Oh, hit that like button, please, too. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, okay? But I told y'all in the last live that I did that it won't be long. See, Cafe be on it, family. Yeah, I know. Cafe will be on it. I told y'all it won't be long before they start on Stephen A. too. And evidently, I was right. Because Stephen A. done got up there and started talking about Zion and started trying to shame him about his weight. Now, it's like I said, it's okay to criticize someone's what they doing because that's what Stephen A. job is to do. But when you going personal and all that, see, we don't forget that. And remind y'all, Stephen A. have a YouTube show as well. So now they talking about defunding Stephen A.'s voice. Like, don't participate in nothing he got going on. Don't go click on his YouTube channel. Don't go clicking on ESPN and hear what he got to say. They basically saying people need to start defunding Stephen A.'s voice because they don't like what he's saying. Okay? About our athletes. Okay? So, check this out. And this is what he said about Zion. You know, boy, I tell you, it's always us old heads that's always messing with the younger ones. Why don't, see, if you can't help our youngsters, and if you can't help our adults, young adults who is, you know, if you can't help the community in putting something positive out there, then just go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere and sit down. Don't destroy the youth. You making your big dollars, but you're destroying the youth from making their big dollars. Boy, I can't stand a bootlicker. Anyway, here it is, family. It's right here. This is what he said.
Williamson, it's not about his game. It's about how.
Hold on. This is what he's talking about Zion.
And whether or not he's going to.
Here you go.
It's not about his game. It's about how many burgers he's eating and whether or not he's going to be in shape, or is he going to keep eating McDonald's and have chefs clamoring for him to come to their restaurants. That's what he has to prove, that the chefs don't love him any longer, okay? That he's committed to playing basketball.
So, he started getting on Zion about Zion is overweight, and they talking about his career and that he's getting ready to start a game and this, that. I don't know if he didn't play good that day. I don't know. But those personal attacks, we don't know if he gonna put down the hamburgers or he gonna, his chef, he gonna have to put down his chef who making all these food for him, and just doing the personal attacks. And a lot of people did not like it, and boy, did they go in on Stephen A. Smith, okay, about that. I told y'all that's what it is. I told y'all that I felt that's what it was about Shannon Sharp, because when Shannon, like I said, used to be good at not bashing the athletes, and then it got to a point when it hit around Kyrie thing, man, it was just like they just wanted to bash old brother, okay? But Steven do it all the time. But you can't pay him to do one of another ethnic group that play sports. And it's a lot of them that play different sports. He don't say nothing about them. Just the colored brothers. Why is that? Stephen A. got to do better. I'm so tired of Stephen A. Anyway, Jalen Rose wasn't feeling it, okay? And Jalen Rose said, so glad I don't make a career of content pretending to fake troll the Cowboys, because you know that's what Stephen A. do. Then Jalen Rose said, I'm so happy that I didn't sell out or clout chase while using views, subscription, and funds. I made it the process as validation. And he got all those emojis. So they was burning Jalen Rose especially. No ad need. Damn near all shows sell clowns. So he was basically going off on Stephen A. Okay? Dear athlete, media folks gonna trash you for fame. Get paid, then apologize when the check clears. That's what Jalen said about Stephen A. He talking to Stephen A. Okay? And so then you had the Pelicans. Y'all see right up there the Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans, okay? Because like I said, Zion is on the New Orleans Pelicans basketball team. And that's down here on the Gulf Coast and where my stomping ground and all that. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, when I say New Orleans and this here Gulf Coast is not feeling Stephen A. Never had felt them anyway, but right now, they definitely ain't rocking with no Stephen A. Smith right now because of that comment about Zion. Okay? And you'll see when the Pelicans put up, this is the Pelicans basketball NBA team that put this up on Stephen A. Smith. They showed his face. Then they said he's a 1.5 player. Means that's the bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. Okay? They put that up on their website and was like, I know he ain't talking about our boy and he bottom of the barrel. That's basically what they did. See, they put that up there. 1.5. Bottom of the barrel when you was playing. You couldn't even play. So, then you had Stephon Marbury, who was upset as well. And boy, did he not go off. He did a whole video, which I'm not going to play it, but I'll tell y'all some of the things that he said. Okay? He said, you're not, he talking to Stephen A. He said, Stephen A., I'm tired of you. We tired of you. Our community is tired of you. You will not keep picking on men of my color and I don't say anything while I'm living and breathing on this earth. I will always come for you when you talk about our brothers in a bad way. This is Stephon Marbury talking. I'm telling y'all what he's saying, okay? This is what he said. You walk around with bodyguards now because of the words you utter. You can't even take kids to school because you scared yourself. You never put other groups down or degrade other groups. It's always us. Okay? He said, Stephen A., you only talk about black boys in a bad way. Stephen A., you only talk about copper-colored boys in a bad way. Stephen A., you only talk about strong black men in a bad way. And we tired of it. That's what Stephon Marbury said. Stephon Marbury was a very good basketball player for New York. But he don't no longer play, but that's what he said. Okay, and there's a lot of other athletes and stars that is ragging Stephen A. right now, and they said he is out of pocket. And like I said, I have some videos on Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp on things that I felt that they was very out of pocket. And by me being in the same age group as them, I just gave some of that old school advice that's on our level. And I was hoping that they would kind of understand that. But evidently, the money is better. And so they take the money to crush the brothers. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. And then Stephen A. has pulled Shannon into his sports show on that ESPN. And I was hoping Shannon didn't even go back into that because Shannon had been trying to pull out and do a little better, which, like I said, community still don't forget. So the community still gonna rag Shannon whenever they got a chance to. Ain't got nothing to do with them thinking he's zesty and all that, okay? They just gonna rag. But I was hoping that Shannon would just stay with his Club Shay Shay and don't do that anymore, okay? Try to connect with the community on his Club Shay Shay. But he's going into that thing with Stephen A., which is going to pull him back into what we feel is that stopping the bag level. Okay? So, that what was said on that. Okay? And that's Stephen A., and he got mad because everybody was saying 1.5 got nerves with all his flaws, meaning that's bottom of the barrel basketball player. So how could he talk about Zion? Okay? So, and using fat jokes and can on. Okay, so now Stephen A. Smith got all the backlash, and he saw that the Pelicans put up his bottom of the barrel score level of playing basketball. Okay, so then he gonna say, Les can't score when you can't play due to a devastating knee injury. So what he's saying is, by Zion getting hurt all the time, it got something to do with his weight and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, But anyway, he said, that's my fact now. What y'all excuse for never winning anything? What's y'all excuse for never winning anything? He's talking to the Pelicans, right? Because he's mad that the Pelicans done put up his old trifling score that he was a bottom of the barrel player in high school or college and couldn't finish playing, okay? So then it says, can't wait to see y'all in April, May, and June. We won't even go there. Good luck. Tell my boys, Coach Green and CJ, I'm always rooting for them. So you see how Stephen A. do now. You're gonna put down the team, right? You're gonna put down the team and say, y'all ain't won anything, right? What's y'all excuse for never winning anything? Then he gonna say, tell my boys, Coach such and such and such and such, who is on the Pelicans, I'll always rooting for them. See that double standard type stuff? See, that's what the people don't like. That's what the people don't like. You see? So, anyway, he talking about he'll see them. I sure hope it ain't a home game, because I'm tell you right now, New Orleans is not feeling Stephen A. Smith, okay? Really not at all. Then you got Cam Newton that folks tried to jump on him down there at the thing. And yes, family, we are getting to the other ones, but I'm just going to tell y'all this, that they was at the Little League game. Cam Newton does coach a Little League game in Georgia, and you got different coaches, different teams. Cam have a team, some other people have a team, and they got into a heated argument because the other team beat Cam team. And they say that Cam team and Cam was trash talking that other team, and the other team didn't like it, okay? But long story short, the other team coaches came over to Cam and was going to straighten Cam out about his trash talking and his team's trash talking to their team. And then a brawl broke out. Don't know who hit who, but you had about 4 coaches on the other team that was trying to jump Cam Newton. Okay, and it didn't work out too good. Don't y'all ever try to jump no NFL player who is still in good shape. We done seen Cam run over about 18 men with a football, and y'all 5 or 4 gonna go over there and think y'all just gonna rag Cam? Come on now. Come on now. We got to do better. We really do. Anyway, you'll see Cam Newton involved in a fight at Georgia youth football game. Just cutting up. You got these grown men cutting up in front of all these kids, these youths. Don't make sense. The event organization by Well Ball Sports, an apparel and sports media company, and Newton runs C1N, a youth sports organization that sponsors a team in the tournament. Okay, so they had a tournament and all that. Video shared on social media, Newton while wearing one of his trademark hats. Y'all know Cam Newton wear weird stuff, his hats and all that stuff, okay? He was being grabbed and scuffled with 2 or possibly 3 people before camp staffers and security officers stepped in to restore order. It was terrible. It was terrible. This is how some of it looked, family. This is how some of it looked. Now, as y'all know, that is Cam looked like he got the pom-pom on top of his head, but that's his hair coming out the top of his thing. You know, that's his signature hats, okay? But they all ran over there, called themselves was going to jump on Cam Newton. Yes, they did. So, why did those 2 or 3 or 4 look like about 4 to me? And then you had one come in and try to get a sneak hit. He did get a sneak hit on Cam. But why? Why? Okay? Cam is still in good shape. Don't y'all go trying to jump this man. And he was handling every last one of them. Don't make sense. Anyway, it says, former NFL quarterback Cam Newton was attacked by multiple people at football camp. Okay? Little League camp. Little League camp now. Little League camp. Now, that's when everybody was running up there trying to see what was going on. Ooh, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. Now, that's Cam Newton scuffling with them all. Okay? And he wasn't playing. He had one by the headlock. He had one by the shirt. He looked like his foot was handling one other one. I'm talking about you just, come on. Then they were trying to throw the man down. If 5 and 6 football players on that field, I think these men need to go back and look at some of the Carolina Panthers clips of Cam Newton. Because if about 9 players can't pull Cam down when he got that ball, what make you think y'all 3 gonna sling him down on the ground? Boy, somebody was on some sugar booger, wasn't it? There you go. Cam still standing up. This Cam right here. He got one by the headlock. You see that boy hand wrapped around him, but that's because Cam got him kind of in the headlock. Then Cam holding on to this one right here. This one right here trying to sneak in something. Cam foot started doing something. I'm talking about you just can't get him. You just can't get him. Cam had him running all around that little event. You know, he was handling them. He was handling them. That don't make no sense. Y'all can't pull that man down. Anyway, so then you see this here young man in the white shirt. That's the one who got the sneak hit in and hit Cam in the face. And when I say that didn't do nothing but really make him mad, they sure enough couldn't do nothing with him then. But anyway, family, what I'm saying is, this here brawl that y'all see on this screen, okay? Coaches and parents are supposed to be setting an example for the youth to follow. But look at some of these trifling adults that some of our kids are being raised by and being coached by. See, people wonder why the crime rate is so high in our cities and tremendously high. A lot of it got to do with some of these men and coaches and all that stuff. See, I'm going to call it like it is. Okay? But they love to blame the women for the kids' behavior. Well, see, single parents, single women, these kids are out of control. But there are some single women who are bringing their sons to play football. And then you got the grown men who are the coaches, who are other mentors for these kids, showing the kids how to scrap and brawl when shit don't go your way, how to trash talk and start mess. And that doesn't do nothing but bring animosity among the youth. Because like we said, you have Cam team and the other team. So now these boys don't like those boys over there, and those boys over there don't like these boys over here. So they grow up with animosity towards each other, and then they see the coaches got animosity too, real animosity. It's no longer trash talk. Now it's hurting each other, trash mess. And then the adults start brawling and fighting. So then the kids of the youth start fighting each other because the coaches are fighting each other. And they grow up thinking to get their way, they got to brawl and fight. Or if they lose, it's time to fight the opponent. So that's why I say we cutting a lot of this single mothers is the reason why some of these kids are out of control. No, that is on the men and the women of the community, not just the women. Because there's a lot of things that the men do too that show terrible examples of our young boys and our young girls. Because this park was full of children, full of the youth. And this is what they learned you are supposed to do when you lose. This is what you're supposed to do when somebody trash talking you. This is what you're supposed to do to get your way. No. This is not what we're supposed to do. The parents and the coaches just got a lack of home training themselves. Is what it's given. Including you, Cam. Because see, Cam Newton, you open up this stuff to give back. And when you open up this stuff to give back, it's a certain amount of trash talking that you can do. But then, it's a limit to trash talking too. And you have to teach that as well in your camp. Not just how to throw a football, hold a football, and run with the football. Also, how to hold your temper, run your attitude, digest your attitude, and all that. how to compromise, how to get along, how trash talking go so far. But you still love each other and play the game and shake hands and hug each other after the game is over. Come on now. Come on now. There's a lot of mothers and fathers and coaches and stuff out here that's bringing their attitudes to the game, making the game dangerous for our kids in the park or in the community. Family members coming stanking up the joint while the kids are trying to learn how to play a sport event. Grown adults always got to start a brawl at a kid's game. Why is that? We got to do better. You know? But I am glad Cam was an NFL football player, because if he wasn't, they would have seriously hurt Cam. You could tell the way the brawl was going. Somebody would have really, really got hurt. And Cam was really holding back. And I think he was holding back. Now, he was holding the mouth of him, but he wasn't really doing what he could have did. And now a lot of that is that he don't want to be liable for no lawsuits. You know, we got to do better. And, you know, they need to come up with little league tournaments, little league school tournaments, or whatever. They need to start having all family members and coaches who want to attend these events to have them sign a "we are pressing charges on your ass" slip. Yes, they do. They need to come out with a slip and say, "We pressing charges on your ass." That's the title of it. You come up in here causing disturbance, acting a fool, trying to fight the coaches, trying to get the kids to fight each other, and all that. We pressing charges on your ass to the fullest extent of the law. See, that's how you stop that. Because it don't make no sense for grown folks going up there acting like they have no home training. And our kids are following these examples. And then that's why the communities are out of control. That's why the youth is out of control. But put it on the single parents. No! Put it on the men too. Because see, we stopping that. We stopping that excuse. Because it's not just a single parent thing. It's just a parent thing. It's an adult thing. Yeah. Because coaches are influencers too, right? Coaches are mentors too, right? Yeah, I thought so. But anyway, unbelievable. Out of control. Out there arguing and fighting and brawling. It's just too dangerous for the youth and the community to be in that type of atmosphere that grown adults are creating. And then it makes it dangerous because you don't know what's going to go to flying or what's going to go to doing. And now an innocent kid is hurt on the field because of grown people starting a brawl, starting trouble in the park. See, when people drop off their kids to play a game, sometimes that parent is going to work and say, okay, as soon as the game is over, just call me and I'll come pick you back up. They're not expecting for the grown people that's running this game and other parents who are attending the game to start mess and pop-pows and all that stuff go to flying all over the place. No, a parent is not expecting for that to happen with adults starting it. Got 30, 40, 50-year-olds and up with no home training. Can't even solve a simple disagreement. Don't even know when the trash talking is enough. And then the kid gets seriously hurt out there. Boy, y'all got to do better. Y'all really do. Anyway, down to Amara. I want y'all to hear the story on Amara. This here, Lord have mercy. This here piggly wiggly pork rind face. He done sat up there and he done got baby girl and put her in the trunk. And she was deceased. Okay? Yes, he did. Amara is 19 years old. She was found in the trunk of a car that belonged to Mr. Thomas there. He's 29 years old. What he does, family, is hang around college campuses and school campuses trying to take advantage of young women, young females. Around the age 18, 19, 20. They say he has a history of messing with younger girls and doing things to younger girls that he should have been in trouble for then. Okay? He's also a tattoo person, that he runs a tattoo shop, or he works inside of a tattoo shop. And he works inside this tattoo shop so he can get kind of closer to the young women that come in. Because you notice, basically, the youngsters love the tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So you know the young women gonna come in there. I want a tattoo here, and then he can kind of engage with them and involve himself in them and with them, and then things go left. That's who he preys on, the young adults. So I just want this story to everybody. Please talk to your college kids, your college females, and your college males, because there's some chicks out here that's targeting guys too. And there's some guys that's targeting other guys just out of jealousy. You know? But please, we do these stories so people can stay alert and talk to their loved ones who are in college and things like that, that they could get them a heads up and talk to them about things like this, okay? Know who they dealing with, you know? And it's not never too much to keep emphasizing this to your kids. You tell them one time and you think that's enough. No, sometimes this has to be drilled inside of your college student, your grandchild, your child, even after they're grown. Hey, mom, hey, dad, we going on this trip and we all going to Chicago. We going to have a great time. Have that talk with them right there. Hey, if stuff go to looking funny, looking shaky, somebody look like they continuously trying to pick an argument with you or whatever, call us, and we'll send you a flight or something like that, and you need to come on to the house. But if you start feeling a little funny or something looking shaky or give us a call. You got to let them know that. You know? You really do. But anyway, this old savage, he done, gained her trust, and then he deleted her. So I'm gonna let y'all see this. Y'all see it says woman body found in the trunk of the car by tow truck company. Okay? You'll see man charged with deletion after 19-year-old found dead in abandoned car in Easton, North Carolina. Okay? That's her. Okay? It says here as well, Smith body was found in Beaufort County on January 17th in the trunk of a car owned by Thomas. Investigators said the car was in the parking lot along U.S. Highway 264 in Washington. A private company called a tow truck company to move the vehicle, because he parked that car in a private parking lot, and the car had just been sitting there for a long time. And then they finally said, hey, come move this car, because nobody has came and got it, and it's been sitting here, So when the car was towed, a tow truck employee found the body in the trunk. Okay? Investigators said Thomas left his car in the private parking lot and stole a truck from that location. The stolen truck was located at ECU Health Beaufort Hospital in Washington, where Thomas was arrested. Okay? Wow. That's him. Investigators believe that Smith was deleted at a different location than where her body was found. So what they saying is they think that this savage here deleted Amara in another area and then put her in the trunk and then drove her body to that private parking lot, left the car there. Then he stole a truck out of that company's parking lot and took out. Wow. Okay. So evidence was found at the residence in Eden where Thomas had been living. The sheriff's office said it's unclear whether the deletion happened at Thomas' home or at another location. Investigators are still working to determine how Smith was deleted. Okay, that's her. So I want y'all to listen to her story as well. Sad story. And then we're going to get right on into Shanquilla, because I got something hot on that as well. Listen to the news clip of, I'm going to let y'all see that news clip of them talking about her story and what her parents say about this whole matter, family. Unbelievable. This man here is something awful. Okay, here you go.
Always talking about her classes, her early childhood classes.
Let me see.
And she was like, you're the new teacher.
Hold on. Here you go.
Smith's family, getting through life without her is something they never would have imagined.
Learn from this mistake. Any parents that's listening, wrap your hand around your child. Because once they're gone, you can't wrap your arms around them no more.
He didn't have to kill her. I don't know why he killed her.
The State Bureau of Investigation say they believe Smith was recently murdered by 29-year-old Jordan Thomas of Edenton in Chowan County. And on Wednesday night, Smith's parents, LaWayne and Turkisha Odom, say they opened their front door to hear that their daughter's remains were believed to be found.
We didn't just lose her to death. Somebody stole her from us. This grown man preying on young girls.
That's messed up. Because remember I told y'all that that's what they said that this savage was doing, Thomas, that they say he was preying on young girls. He's 29 years old, but he was always targeting around campuses and stuff. Young ones, 18 years old. Or if they come into his tattoo shop, he just targeting them. If you say, oh, I'm 29, 30, he wasn't dealing with that. He was just like targeting the younger ones, okay? Because he know they're more naive, you know, and they'll trust him more because, hey, I'm talking to an older dude, you know what I'm saying? He running a tattoo shop. He got a nice car. He this, that, you know, he got a little money. He can help me pay a dorm fee or something, you know? So check it out.
She probably was the weaker one.
Smith's parents say their daughter knew Thomas because she often went to his tattoo shop near Elizabeth City State University where she was a sophomore. On Thursday, Thomas was arrested and charged in Beaufort County for concealing the death of a person.
If he can see this, and to his family,
that's her sister.
You raised the monster.
A murder warrant was obtained for Thomas in Chowan County, but Smith's mother says she isn't even sure what day her daughter was killed.
I don't even know when my baby died. I don't even know when he killed her exactly.
And they're saying that, family, because remember, they found the car in that private parking lot, okay? And the car was just sitting there. And so after a while, that's when the people that owned the parking lot, the business, the parking lot, you know, they were saying, why is that car sitting here like that? Like, that car been sitting here about 2-3 days and ain't moved. Ain't nobody moved it. It ain't a worker's car. They asked all the workers, no, that ain't my car. Then finally, they get a tow truck to pull it. And when the tow truck pulls it to the junkyard or wherever, that's when they have to check the car. You know, that's how they do. When they tow a car, they check it, check the trunk and all that. And that's when they check the trunk and Amara was in there. Okay.
Smith's father says his daughter isn't the only young girl Thomas has harmed.
He hurt another young lady that we just found out 3 years ago.
Now that's sad.
Another young lady, and they let him walk away free. And I'm beating myself up because if they had did something then, my daughter should be here with me now.
Smith was majoring in elementary education at ECSU, and her sister Elena says that desire for teaching started at Nash Central High School, where she was the 2022 class president.
I couldn't wait to see her walk across the stage. She was always talking about her classes, her early childhood classes. And she was like, I'm going to really be a teacher.
Thomas now sits behind bars, which is where Smith's parents hope he remains as they seek justice.
She was a vulnerable young lady, learning what life was about, So for somebody just to take her from us.
Smith's family says...
So, our condolences to the family. And we hope that they throw the book at this Terrence. We'll stay on top of that because, like they said, he's hurt somebody before. About 3 years ago, another young lady, and they didn't give him no time for that. And we just are tired of these criminals not getting time. The Cowboy 6 is the same way. Not getting any time for what they have done to our loved ones. And they running around here and they dangerous. And we already said, once they do it one time, they will do it again. And I was telling people that about the Cowboy 6. They're not doing it right now because a lot of us still talking a little bit. They waiting on this 2-year mark to pass, and they knowing you can't get them with no wrongful death suit. You can't do none of that, and they gonna act a pure donkey again. They gonna act a pure donkey again. Cowboy 6, Khalil, they gonna act a plump donkey. It's a trend. Y'all heard that girl father say that he has been in trouble about this before. He hurt another young girl before. He just found out, but nothing really became of that. So that gave him the opportunity to do it again, and he did it. Criminals do that if they're not reprimanded or held accountable for what they did the first or second time. They're going to repeat those actions. That's why I said Cowboy 6 will strike again. It's just a matter of time. They're going to do it again. You see Brandon over here. He did it again. He poked his ex-girlfriend who was only 17 years old. Poked her 23 times. Did 10 years for that. Got out. And then he pow-powed a man and threw him in the ditch. And he was going to court for that, but while he was out on bond or whatever, he got a hold to Ella, and now she's gone. So these criminals will do it again. They repeat offenders. When they do crimes like this, they gonna do it again. Now somebody go and steal some potato chips or steal a bag of candy or steal a bag of juice or something like that. You really can't say they might do it again. They a thief. They got sticky fingers, but you don't know if they're going to do it again. But when they do some hardcore stuff like Cowboy 6 did and how Brandon did and how Thomas did that we just saw, they will strike again. Wow. Definitely going to strike again. They dangerous. Cowboy 6 is dangerous criminals. And they also running around North Carolina free. Not one type of fine or nothing. Which give them easy access to the rest of the community because they're free. And it gives them easy access to seriously harm someone else. Because they did it to Shanquilla. Cabo 6 will do something harmful to someone else. They will delete someone else. Whether they do it together or separately, individually, they're going to do it again. It's a hardcore trend that criminals do. Y'all see how Brandon did. You see how that Thomas did. Cabo 6 going to do it again. It's in their demonic soul to strike again. Brandon struck again. The Thomas struck again. Cabo 6 gonna do the same. They dangerous. And they unpredictable. And people, y'all better talk to y'all family and show y'all family who Cafe is talking about. You better show your family the Cabo 6's face. Because I can guarantee you they're going to wind up in somebody's city after October the 29th, when her 2-year deadline is up for any wrongful death lawsuits. I can guarantee you they're going to hit somebody's city again, if they ain't already. And they're going to target another young lady, just like they did Shanquilla Robertson. So everybody needs to know. Y'all might think, oh, because we know the story. Y'all better be showing y'all nieces and your nephews and your grandkids and your sons and your daughters Cabo 6 face. Because one thing about them, they love to party. So they bound to end up in somebody's club, somebody's party throughout this United States. Yeah. I'm telling y'all. And we always say, when I say something, it most likely happened. I'm telling y'all what I'm feeling. You better start showing your families these faces of Cabo 6. Because something tells me after October the 29th, where they think they show enough free, if nothing comes up of this, silver suit and all that stuff, that's when they gonna act a donkey. That's when they gonna act a donkey. So, now, my thing is, these mysterious moves. Remember I told y'all that we're gonna be talking about these mysterious moves that people are making here. Yeah. You remember I told y'all we're gonna talk about these mysterious moves that people are making here, and real strange mysterious moves. Since we have exposed conflict of interest, we said that we're going to talk about mysterious moves that was made after conflict of interest was exposed, and mysterious moves that happened before conflict of interest was exposed. But now that conflict of interest is exposed, it makes sense why some things was done that we probably couldn't understand before. Okay, but we still gonna tie it into the conflict of interest because now we understand a little bit better since we know about conflict of interest. So that's why I have Daquilla on the screen and Khalil on the screen and Shanquilla on the screen, because there is a mysterious move that now kind of makes sense, but we want to know why. Now that we know about the conflict of interest, this is a big mysterious move by Quilla Long, Shanquilla's sister. And see, Gerald got upset about a situation that him and Quilla, Gerald Jackson, NC Beats, shout out to NC Beats. But anyway, he got a little upset about them trying to charge him for this high-priced brunch, lunch, whatever they was having. And he felt like he shouldn't have to pay for that high-priced brunch and lunch. Consider a lot of things that he has done trying to get Shanquilla her justice and expose who the people were who was with Shanquilla down there in Cabo, which I really agree that he should have been just invited on in for free, because he was really pushing Shanquilla's story. Okay? I do really feel he should have been invited for free. He shouldn't have been charged nothing. But, you know, sometimes people don't think the way we think. Okay? Sometimes people don't look at things and take things under consideration like we all do. Everybody think differently, okay? But we noticed that Gerald did get upset and he started calling out Shanquilla's sister and the representatives and things like that, okay? And he also said more than one time, Gerald has mentioned Quilla long had the video before I did. She had the video before I did. When I called her and told her that I had the video, she told me she already had the video. Now, if this is true, why didn't Quilla Long release that video quickly like Gerald did when he had it? Why she didn't tell Mr. Robertson she had that video? Why she didn't tell nobody she had that video? It wasn't until Gerald said, he called, now this is what Gerald said, allegedly, you know, but he said when he told her, he called her first and said he had the video, and she said, yeah, I got it already. And that was it. And he said, oh, okay. So he called Shanquilla's father, and no, he said he asked her. Matter of fact, let me let y'all hear Gerald say it. And Gerald did this fair use. And but one thing I can say about Gerald, shout out to NC Beats. He's always let me use his clip. Gerald ain't never bothered me. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that Gerald do know as well too, I have never said anything negative about Gerald. Never. You know, it's no need to. Why? I've never bashed that man. You know, I never did. I appreciate the fact that he brought Shanquilla's story to the forefront. And I always told people that, he related to Dejanay. I always told people, I don't give a damn if he related to Dejanay or not. The point is, he done threw her ass up under the bus by showing this whole video to the world. So I don't care. Evidently, he feel like Shanquilla case is much important to his heart than Dejanay, if she is related to him. That's my opinion on it. So I never did question it. I didn't give a damn. But I don't think he is related to Dejanay Jackson at all. But anyway, let's hear Gerald's thing on it. Because he said more than one time that Shanquilla's sister had the video before he did. Okay? So, check this out.
Shanquilla Robertson stand beside a family who is treating Shanquilla Robertson's dad like he ain't nothing. Everybody want to know why Mr. Robinson wasn't at the press conference. Why he don't never get called or nothing. Why we don't see, because Quilla, Ben Crump, Tamika Mallory, and Sue Ann Robinson, they don't want him nowhere. They don't want him around. He was messing up the money. He didn't even want a GoFundMe account.
Okay, now understand this. This ain't old. Gerald just did this about 2 weeks ago. He redid this because somebody was saying something about he being investigated or something like that, which is a bunch of mess, okay? That ain't another distraction. That's all it is, okay? But anyway, so he did this about 2 weeks ago. This is not an old thing he's talking about, okay? He have said it before. And here 2 weeks ago, he said it again. So this is him 2 weeks ago, okay? Now, this ain't no old recording. He said this just here 2 weeks ago. This
He
is
paid
him.
for everything. Tamika Mallory said, well, don't worry about it. We're going to do one anyway. They never included Mr. Rob. When I got this story, I asked to do an interview. I asked Quilla, can I do an interview with Mr. Bernard and Miss Salamandra? She said, well, you're going to have to do it separately because they having marital problems. I said, okay, well, I don't want, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So I couldn't get Miss Salamandra, so I got Miss...
Now, it's funny that Shanquilla's sister, Quilla Long, said that they having marital problems. But when this thing first broke out, they put their marital problems to the side to at least sit side by side and talk about Shanquilla's case to different news outlets. Now, they put their differences to the side then. So what changed? Who stepped in there to divide that up? Because even though if they was having marital problems, if that's the case, allegedly, if so, they were still dealing with it when they sat down with each other and doing those press interviews about their daughter being deleted by Cowboy 6. Okay? But see, this is what I'm talking about when you got kids talking for the parents. Because she's talking for her mother and Mr. Bernard. But she's talking to Gerald. But she's talking for the both of them. Why can't they talk for themselves? Just like I said about Monique's thing. Why can't she talk for herself? Why is it that somebody needs somebody else to talk for them? Get them bumper cars out.
Mr. Bernard, and I did an interview with Mr. Bernard because he wanted to do an interview. He asked me to do the interview, and he wanted the people to know what happened. They was the one that was withholding information from him. Not me. I didn't get the video first. Quilla had the video first.
There it is.
I called her and told her
there it is.
Received the video.
There it is. And he just said this 2 weeks ago.
Interview, and he wanted the people to know what happened. They was the one that was withholding information from him. Not me. I didn't get the video first. Quilla had the video first. And when I called her and told her that I had just received the video, she told me that she already had the video. And I said, well, do Mr. Bernard have the video? She said, no, we ain't sent him nothing. You know, we don't talk. I said, okay. I called Mr. Bernard. I said, Mr. Bernard, I'm going to send you this video. I just got a video of Dejanae jumping on Shanquilla. He started crying. I said, I'll watch it and let me know if you want me to put it out or not. And I would. He watched it. He called me back. He said, put it out. I blurred her body out and put it out on the internet. I'm not related to Dejanae Jackson. I don't know that bitch. This is because
okay. Now. And he wanted to leave a footnote. He said he don't know no Dejanae Jackson. He ain't related to that B. Okay? He ain't related to Fish Stick Jackson. Okay? Now. And I believe him. Until it come out otherwise. I believe Gerald Jackson. Okay? So shout out to Gerald. But Gerald said, I didn't have that video first. She did. She did. So what's really going on? Quilla? What's really going on? See, that's the mysterious. That's that big mysterious move that I want to talk about. If this is true, I don't know if she had it first or not. But if this is true, what I can say, she never come out to debunk. She's never come out to debunk and said that fool lying. He lying on me. She ain't even put out a statement. He lying on me. Just quiet. Just like they are on the conflict of interest. Just like they are on Shanquilla's justice. Quiet. Hey, don't get mad at me because of quiet. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, if this is true, why didn't Quilla release that video quickly, like Gerald did? Why didn't she call Mr. Bernard, like Gerald did? Why didn't she blur the video out, like Gerald did? Why didn't she tell the public about the videotape, like Gerald did? But see, Gerald is the one everybody wants to ride bumper on. when he was obviously doing things that was trying to help Shanquilla. But ain't nobody riding the bumper about, hey, did you hear that video first? Is this true? Did you have this video first? And who sent it to you? Who sent it to you, sister? Who sent it to you? Mm-hmm. Why didn't she tell Gerald she had the video first? Because, see, Gerald, remind you, Gerald called her and told her he had got the video. And she said, oh, I already got it. Okay, so why didn't, when she already had it, why didn't she even not only tell Mr. Robertson and everybody else and the public and everybody else, why didn't she call Gerald? Because, see, Gerald was working on her sister's story, right? Wasn't Gerald working on her sister's story? So why didn't, when she got it, say, hey, Gerald, you got that big old platform and you helping my sister out and stuff. Check out what I got. Why that didn't happen? Why is that? Why didn't she tell Gerald about the video first? Because, see, Gerald was the one trying to help the family get the story out there. Mm-hmm. Who sent Quilla that video? Quilla, who sent you that video? Who sent you that video? Was it Khalil? Huh? Who sent you that video? Mm-hmm. Because, see, Gerald told us how he got it. He had told us that he got it off of that dark web or whatever that web is. They were sending it. Cowboy 6 was sending it out. And one of the Cowboy 6 sent it out, leaked it. Malik is how the transcript got it. A lot of people want to say it was Elise and all that. That transcript pinpoints Malik sent that video. Okay? All across his little area down there where he from, Connecticut. And he sent it up there to that college. Winston-Salem. So who sent it to Quilla? We already know how Jared got it. How did Quilla get it? How did the sister get it? And why didn't the sister say anything? Why was she holding on to it? That's all. It's just a question. It's just a question, Quilla. It's just a question. It's just a question. That's all. We just want to know. Because it's smelling like pork rinds. That's what it's smelling like. It's smelling, it stinks to high sky. Yes, it is. It stinks. What day and time did you get that video, Quilla? What day did they send it to you? What time did they send it to you? How long did you have that video before you even told Gerald, oh, I got it? How long did you have it? That's all. It's just a question. It's just a question. That's all. Now that we know about the conflict of interest and ain't nothing moving on Shanquilla's case, and Mr. Bernard was shoved out of the way, and instantly from the beginning, Quilla says, oh no, they're going to have to do interviews separately because they having marital problems. Instantly, it's a roadblock in there for Shanquilla's justice. Why is that? That's what it's given. I'm sorry. Why is that? So we goes to conflict of interest and we say, you know what? Shanquilla's case ain't moved, stuck. All this stinks around the Shanquilla case and all that. All this stink around Shanquilla's case. Is Shanquilla case, this is just a question. Just a question. Is Shanquilla case not moving because it was some type of deal went on that, hey, you don't tell what I know and I don't tell what you know? Is it a deal? Because, see, Khalil folks got all the power. Khalil and his folks got all the power. At least two. But Khalil folks got all the power. So I wants to know, was there a deal made? Because see, Mr. Robinson got thrown to the side. And then all of a sudden, certain people tried to take over. Then the GoFundMe came up. And then $400,000 was collected on the behalf of Shanquilla's justice. But that $400,000, Shanquilla has not gotten $400,000 worth of justice. So, at the same time, then we have to say, why didn't Shanquilla get $400,000 worth of justice? And why is her justice right there in their hand and they won't use it? Then Cafe exposed conflict of interest, and then that's something that a family would say, oh, we finna get justice right now for our loved one, but instead it's instantly quiet and all these mysterious moves are being made instead of getting Shanquilla her immediate justice. So that's when we have to go back and look at these mysterious moves and wonder, why is Shanquilla case so damn quiet? So then we go back and we see that, oh, and then she had the tape first and never said anything. Gerald just said it because he was hot. So he told it. I know it struck in his mind like, damn, she had the video first. Well, you know what? I ain't finna start no mess about that. I'm just gonna move on. Let me call her dad and tell him that I got the tape. I ain't even finna, worry about the sister right now because we trying to do this here for Shanquilla. But damn, it mighty strange that she had it first. And the reason why I feel like Jared think like that, because now that we see what the hell is going on and it's some stank, Jared has told it. She had it first. Now, is it true? We don't know. But what we do know is Quilla has not came up and defended herself about it. Do she have to defend herself about it? No, she don't. But it's still questionable. Yeah. So was there a deal that I know more than I'm saying? And if I say more, that's going to rag this one here under the bus more. And if I rag him up under the bus more, he might tell what the hell I goddamn know. Is that what it is? We just asking a question. Because it's mighty damn quiet. Yeah, that's all we want to know. Yeah. Because see, Jared told us how he got the video. But Quilla never told the public how she got the video. We would like to know that, Quilla. We would really like to know that. That ain't got nothing to do with Shanquilla. You ain't got to, just say he telling a tale on me, y'all. So we can hear Jared's response to that. Did the FBI check your phone too? Because I noticed that things are very... Because remember, they got Shanquilla's phone and all that. They had Shanquilla's phone. What did it show on Shanquilla's phone? Because Khalil had the password and all that and got into it. It stinks to high sky. And like I said, I ain't accusing the sister of nothing. But what I can say is she damn sure ain't come out to debunk nothing. And Jared has said that for the past 5 months now. I ain't have it first. Quilla had it first. Quilla had it first. Quilla had it. That's about his 4th time saying Quilla had that video first. Some people are asked, well, Jared said her sister had the video first, but then they'll move on. And I did too. Trying to give benefits of the doubt. But when we see that Shanquilla case is definitely being ignored, no type of respect for her supporters to even at least say we still working on it, we just can't say much about it. The respect level for her supporters are very low, and they have shown this, that the respect level for Shanquilla supporters are low or non-existent. It's given we got what we want, and we have dipped. So that's why we ask now. How'd you get that tape first? Who sent it to you? What day did they send it to you? What time did they send it to you? And why you didn't inform Mr. Robertson? Why you didn't inform the public? And why you didn't inform Gerald, the person who was putting the story out there? What did Joe version look like? See, Gerald showed us his version. Gerald said, I have the tape. She said, oh yeah, I already got it. But the thing is, do your version of the tape matches Gerald's version of the tape? Or do you have a longer version or a shorter version? Or do you have no version? So, like I said, I'm not saying she had it. Gerald says she had it. But I haven't heard her debunk Gerald at all. At all. And if Shanquilla was my sister, and somebody said I had something like that first, I would quickly come out and debunk that. If I didn't write nothing but a one-line thing on my social media. This fool line. We ain't even got that. So, that was my big mysterious move. That's looking real shady, shaky, and stanky when it comes to the conflict of interest. Mysterious moves that's being made after conflict of interest was exposed and before conflict of interest was exposed. And that was one of the mysterious moves before conflict of interest was exposed. That's kind of making sense now. And I ain't going to say how it makes sense now, but I just wants to see. And it's making sense really now because the same way that wasn't disclosed and that was very quiet and that was kept secretive is the same way Shanquilla case is going right today. Haven't got an ounce of justice. So it shows a trend. That's all I got to say about that right there. And I just want to give y'all an update on Ella. Yes, Ella is doing fine. Her case is what I'm saying. Ella's case is going fine. They are looking into Francisco. Yes, they are. They're looking into Francisco to bring him back into the courtroom because Ella kids need Francisco to be charged so they can get their benefits that they rightly deserve and things like that. We going into an hour and 30 minutes, so I will start off with Ella. Next video, of course, I'm going to do hot topics. I mixed it up with hot topics, and then I get right on into Shanquilla and Ella, okay? And so, but the update is the district attorneys over there has talked with the family. Their family is getting more information now. They are feeling more positive about Francisco being pulled into that courtroom for Ella's homicide very, very soon. Okay? So we're going to keep update on that. We love to hear great positive stories, but her family has been calling me. Ella's best friend has called me. Of course, her godmother has called me. We all talked, and it is pushing along now. It is pushing along more so than it was before, thanks to the Knowledge family. A lot of the Knowledge family did call up there asking questions about why haven't he been charged for Ella's demise. That was very helpful. Of course, my team stay on the horn with him. Ella's family stay on the horn with him. And now we have it to where they are seriously looking into bringing him on into this courtroom very soon to attach this Ella's demise to him, so this family can get closure. So that's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Y'all have a wonderful day. Please hit that like button and please subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye. Hearts up for everybody in the chat. Have a great day.